Lomenzo from the mighty Megadeth. What are we watching, Susan? Tell him.
Expose!
This is James Lomenzo from the mighty Megadeth, and I feel so exposed here with Susan.
All right, stay tuned for more of this on Expose. Hey, this is Susan Russell from Expose, and I'm talking to
James Lomenzo from Megadeth.
Stay tuned for more of this on Expose.
Famously, I'm very happy to be here. You know, I took a look. I said, all right, we're going to go back lounge with Susan. Where is this going? But no, look at you.
That's right, man. I've been around when you were in a band called Hooker, and I've got these like totally awesome boots on me. So I really like that name. That's really, really cool. So tell me about, like, what were your days in Hooker like?
I think this is fantastic that you brought this up.
Here's the boots, baby.
I'm going to tell you about these boots. Take a look at this. My wife was cleaning out my office room just yesterday. I spoke with her on the phone, and we didn't get together and talk about this. I'm amazed that she found this. And
I do my research. You got to watch out, man.
What you doing with my wife in my office? Hey, I had silver boots just like that, but my boots had platforms like that.
Definitely,
that high, okay, and little hearts, little white hearts up and down. Kind of like Ace Frehley looking, you know?
Okay, tell me a little bit about, like, okay, you got to do all that stuff, but I know was there a time also that you were actually working as a roadie for Aerosmith?
Oh, you're so good. Where do you get this? That's how come she earns her silver boots. That's exactly true. That was one of those almost.
You gotta watch out, Susan from Expose. She exposes them all, baby. Watch out, baby. He was a roadie for Aerosmith. I know you played French horn in classical too.
Yes.
I actually have a classical background. But go on, just go on. He got a scholarship for his French horn, but go on, go on.
So,
I'm freaking him out. It's okay.
This is great. Okay, holy memory lane. So I go on. So yeah, there I am with having lunch with none other than Steven Tyler himself and the whole band, and I'm on this little road to discovery. I've never been on tour before. You can imagine my little 19-year-old head was exploding at this point, and I mean, it was like the movie Almost Famous, because there's all these crazy things that I really can't go into right now.
Did they break your virginity?
I mean, you know, Keith Richards has fallen out of chandeliers and landed on his head. In Megadeth's case, Dave Mustaine, okay? Brutally honest, brutally focused. There's no other life that guy could have but this one.
You take me?
Yes, well, only if you wear the boots, yeah.
Yeah, I'll wear the boots.
I'm going to get my silver boots and see how they're doing.
We got to get a shot of you. Expose them, baby.
Well, you will. You'll figure it out before I will.
We're going to have to, you know, meet up with you again, James. You're going to tell us what's really been going down.
Well, why are you acting like such a know-it-all?
I'm just playing with
you. Bronx over here. She knows it all.
That's the thing, you know. We have this kind of insecurity when we're from the Bronx. You know, we think Manhattan, you know, that's where it's at, the big city, and then we go down to the city. We take
Manhattan. You come down to fucking Brooklyn. That's
right,
that's where it's at.
We're on the same level, though.
Come on, honey.
Bronx and Brooklyn.
Yeah, Bronx sucks.
It's a little different. So we have to think about things like that.
My most exciting thing I ever did was do this really crummy TV show with all these cars and stuff like that. And I used to go by on buses. Here I am with all this platinum records and all that, and I saw the bus go by. I made it.
That is so crazy, because I was actually on a show before I doing this where I would interview motorcycle and car racers. So I'm like, are you talking about the show I was on? It was like freaking me out here.
You look vibrant.
I'm so excited. All right, so let's get all riled up here.
Is she blowing out the UV? Is that what's
Okay. Hey, this is Susan Russell from Expose, and I am so excited to be here. I am talking to James Lomenzo from Megadeth. Yeah, these guys are a group with the big four: Megadeth, Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, and these guys are also boasting 5 consecutive platinum albums. So tell me a little about your history with Megadeth. I know you're kind of new to the band.
I'm a year and change into the band right now, Susan, and I'm having a great time. And here we are at the back of the bus.
Yes, I love being on tour buses. I am getting so excited here. We're actually in the really, really back room. You know, first they're going to put us in the front, and they saw me, and they're like, we take her to the back. It's going to be a little bit more intimate back there.
It all brought me back to this point. Okay, so,
all right.
You want to hear about the story?
Yeah, tell me a little about Megadeth. Yes, definitely.
Okay, so I'm playing in a band. What was the name of that band? Black Label Society.
All right, Black Label Society. Everybody knows that was Zakk Wylde.
Yeah. So anyway, after my tenure with the band, I was sitting around for a little while, and a guitar friend of mine who works for one of the guitar companies, which I can't name right now, he calls me up and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I don't know. What are you doing?" He goes, "Well, aside from lunch, you want to play in a big metal band?" I said, "Gigantic metal band?" He goes, "Yeah, one of those really big famous ones that's been around forever." So I said, Yeah, what you got? What is it, Megadeth? And he goes, I can't tell you. So I said, yeah, but it's Megadeth, right? He goes, I can't tell you. But put together a CD for me, and we'll send it off to Dave, and we'll see if he likes what you do. So I did, and I did, and I did. Here we are.
Awesome. We are so happy you are part of Megadeth. That is so, so cool. Now, I'm going to kind of go a little bit back in time now. You're originally born in New York, right?
Brooklyn, New York. You got it,
All right. Well,
baby.
I'm a Bronx babe.
Oh, no way.
So we're both New Yorkers.
Well, you know what? We go way back. We go back to the original Yankee days, you know?
We both lost the New York accent a little bit, too.
Yeah, I guess we did, didn't we, huh?
Now, tell me, did you have any, like, childhood experiences or anything that happened in your life that you think also contributed to making you a rock star? Because, you know, I'm originally from New York. I live in Chicago, but I really kind of consider myself a New Yorker at heart, and I know just growing up in that type of a place can kind of have an effect on you, positive or negative.
That is a pretty deep question because, yeah, there was something about living in Brooklyn. It's always been a joke. Anybody who's seen Saturday Night Live's send-up of Saturday Night Fever, where everybody's just kind of gloriously exalting the fact that they're so happy going nowhere, absolutely nowhere in their lives.